TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Did you ever think that you would accomplish this much in professional wrestling when you first started?
No, I didn't. I thought that I was being not lazy, but just the kind of guy in school that just did enough to get by. Like a high C student, and just I figured I wasn't a real big guy. 6 feet, about 225, and I worked out, but I was never a bodybuilder. So I figured I'd probably just be a mid card guy. But through tag teaming, I wasn't. I was a top level guy.
Did you think you would accomplish this much in
No,
professional
I never
wrestling?
thought about. I thought I was going to be staying working for Nick Gulas for my whole career.
And damn happy to do so.
Yeah, right.
What was the story with Nick Gulas? And I heard in Knoxville, and he pushed his son. I heard he was a lot of people were saying he was the worst wrestler ever to get a push. Is that true?
That's George Gulas.
Yeah.
I didn't hit him.
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I remember that story. Tell it, Bobby.
George had a match with Harley Race when Harley Race was the champion in Nashville. And people didn't like George, because I got along with him, but people didn't like him because he couldn't wrestle.
Right.
People even seen through it then that he was just getting pushed because
The tag team is called the Jet Set.
Yeah, we had more heat than anybody. We were like the original dynamic dudes.
Right.
But George had a good match with Harley, the best Harley could do. But he went crazy after the match. Man, he started getting a chair, hitting the cops, hitting everybody with him. So, and this one guy jumped on George and punched him. So they're back on the Hill locker room, and they got this guy handcuffed. And I'm over there, and Harley goes up to him and looks like he's hitting him with one of the working punches, left hand. He hits him. The guy just falls down, and the bunch of the march up over here, and they're looking down there. When Nick realized they were down there, the guy's down, and he hauled off and kicked him. And he looked up, and he see the march, and then he blew his nose. I didn't touch the son of a bitch.
How about you, Bobby? How'd you get started in the wrestling business?
I was a wrestling fan anyway, growing up. I started helping put the ring up in Huntsville, Alabama. When I was like 12, 13 years old, kept doing that every Friday because they ran Huntsville every Friday. Nick Gulas did.
Right.
Put the ring up and get in there and start practicing me and the other guys, She mostly taught herself to wrestle. Finally one night, got it show up. I went with somebody to the matches. I wasn't sure what was that. I can't remember. So I put them in the ring for somehow or another. I don't know why.
How old were you?
I think about 16 years old.
Wow.
The guy that really helped me out was a Japanese guy named Tojo Yamamoto.
Right.
He kind of took me under his wing. Did a lot of stuff together. Taught me,
He's got a skid from New England Motor Freight.
Yeah, can we go to the back? Sorry about that. Okay, what are your early memories of Nick Gulas? What was he like?
He was a character. I don't know if you've heard any stories about him or not.
Go ahead. You can tell.
He was just he had a bad reputation of not wanting to pay guys,
Right. Bad pay.
Yeah. Bad pay, yeah.
Who were some of the guys that took you under their wing and taught you the ropes and stuff like that?
Mostly Tojo Yamamoto and a guy named Ben Rossi.
Right.
Most of them too.
What are your memories of some of your early matches you worked with Randy Savage, I believe? You did
Yeah.
a lot of 60-minute, 90-minute withdrawals with
Yeah.
Randy. What are your memories of those matches with Randy?
Good. They all were good. Just, of course, both were young, a lot younger then, so we could go long, go forever.
Right.
That was good. He was wild as heck, crazy as hell.
You also worked with Ole Anderson around that time period. What are your memories of those matches?
Well, I didn't actually work with him that much. He was like the booker.
Right.
Well, if you've ever been around Ole, you know how he is, Stan, don't you?
A lot of people say he's really miserable.
Yeah, he's mad at the world.
Now, what are your thoughts on the young talent coming up today in the business?
I don't really watch a whole lot of it now. I'll, tune in every now and then. The stuff that I like was hearing the The Rock do a thing where he say, it doesn't matter what your name
Yeah.
is, shit like that. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great stuff to me. But as far as the work that Bobby alluded to it earlier, the reverse corkscrew planches and stuff. I mean, it's death-defying move, but to me the gist of actually working. But there again, that was when probably 70% of the people believed in it. But the actual art of like calling a match, don't sit down and lay out the stuff, because the crowd may not buy that. In the old days, you'd have a heat spot and go home spot and a finish.
Yeah.
And maybe a spot or two in there, but
Yeah.
but you call that, and you'd go out there and you'd feel the crowd, and maybe they weren't buying this, so you'd switch it up and do that, and you'd make them happy, and then you'd make them mad, then you'd make them sad, make them cry, then you'd make them explode like an orgasm, and that to me is like lost now. It's just a bunch of great death-defying flying Walinda moves and stuff, but it's just not the same. It's like real fast for TV purposes. They go out there, they do all their stuff, and here comes the pyro and the glitz and glamour, and it's very spectacular, but it's just not the old art of working. To me,
Is that because you don't think more people believed it was real then? Is that probably what?
probably so, because now if you did that, it's changed so much now that they just probably fart at that. They go, we don't want to see that. We want to see the smoke cans go off and the big the entrance and stuff and all that kind of stuff, because they've been spoiled. That's why spot shows now are just dead, because they've been spoiled with this great TV product. This glitz, this glamour, this color, excitement. And it's hardcore sex, which is what I tried to tell the WWF when I was there, but they're like totally politically correct, and they're paranoid. They're totally paranoid of everything. Then I was going, we need some sex, some really if it's done tastefully, it'll always sell.
Right.
And oh no, we're not going to do a thing, and it has to be right down the line now. But nowadays it's all sex. Because sex sells.
In closing, is there anything you guys want to say to your fans out there that have been fans of you guys forever?
Just thanks for the memories, and
Yeah.
you can still catch me on ESPN2 and Speed Vision doing. If you like boat racing, tune it in. I'm on there. And Bobby's still trainer of champions.
Yep. OVW.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
a lot.
Thank you.
It was great.
Thanks.
Great.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.